Hey y'all, it's Carissa. Welcome back to my Flosstube K Threads and Stitches. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I know I've been gone for about 6 months. If you could tell, I'm in a new place. I moved. I got PCS orders back in June, so I am halfway across the country from Charleston, South Carolina, where I was before. And yeah, just been getting settled in over the last probably about month and a half. But everything is kind of, I guess, coming together in the best way it could. So over the last 6 months, I think the moving thing is probably the biggest thing. I had disenrolled out of my master's program during that 6 months. I had a lot going on, so I just decided to put that on pause. So I just restarted a class probably a couple weeks ago, and we're on a 2-week break right now just because of Christmas. So after the new year, I'll have to start that class back up. It'll be about 4 or 5 more weeks before that class is over. And then, yeah. So I don't really have any Christmas plans. It's just me and Lady here. I had to take her to the vet this morning, and she had a fit. She's not like, she doesn't misbehave when she goes to the vet or anything. She just, the older she gets, it seems like the more nervous she gets about being in a vet. And she's never been to this one because we're in a completely new place. So it's so weird. She always knows when we're at a vet's office, even if she's never been there before. Like, we were walking up to the front door and she did not want to go in. But she had to get expressed this morning. So she's been prone to infections if she doesn't get it expressed. She's had a couple of them in the past. One that was more recent, probably within the last year or so. So just trying to prevent that. She started scooting her butt a couple weeks ago, so I was like, okay, I gotta find a vet around here so we can take her to get her expressed. So I did that this morning, and then I woke up this morning, didn't have any hot water coming out, so the cold side was working, but when I turned the things for the hot water, no water came out, and then the shower just wasn't working altogether. So I had actually started this video probably a couple hours ago, and then the maintenance people came, so I had to put this on pause for a little bit and then come back to it. So here I am, but no super big news, I guess. So after my last video, Darlene Dion Designs had mentioned me in one of her videos, so thank you so much. I had quite a few people who reached out to me on Instagram during my hiatus. So thank you to all you guys who reached out. It was super nice of you to check in on me and see how things were going. I'm so sorry it took me so long to come back. I just had a lot going on, and it was not feasible for me to record Flosstube videos. And I've done quite a bit of stitching in the last 6 months, but not as much as I probably would have. But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with some FFOs. I've got quite a few here, and yeah. So this is not going to be in any particular order. That's been kind of just, you know, I stitch what I want when I want. I went a little haywire over the last 6 months, so I'm not very organized. Some things I won't remember what the fabric is, what flosses I used, because I quit writing it down just because of everything going on. I just didn't have time, and it was, excuse me, a little harder to keep up with everything. So the first one I got here is, this is Stitching with the Housewives. This is Oh Hello Spring, Back Up the Truck. I didn't change any of the colors for this, I know that for sure. And I got 3 layers here, so the stitching, and then 2 layers of Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. And I put this on a basket that I got from Hobby Lobby. Mine is not the exact same one that Priscilla uses for these. I couldn't find that one at the time when I bought this basket, so I got something that was a little bit, it was the closest I could find. So this is the next one. Again, I didn't change any of the colors or anything. I can't remember what the name of this one is. But this is another one of the back up the trucks. Really love this. Same thing, Priscilla's Pretty Plaids for both of the background fabrics and 3 layers. I really like those. I have 3 of those done now. So I have the Halloween one, which I think I'm going to pull apart the finish that I did before. It's already fallen off of the like the original board that I had it on, because that was the first one that I did, was the Halloween one, and then it's not the same size like for the background fabrics and everything, so I'll probably pull that apart and then finish it on some different fabrics to match it up with those two. Alright, so I'll start with these. Alright, so these are a couple of pillow finishes that I have. This is from the, blanking on the name here. It's sad because, like I said, I started this video earlier and I've already forgotten. Keeper of the Pens. That's what it is. The booklet from Keeper of the Pens. This is by With Thy Needle and Thread. I really love all of these. I was hoping to finish more of these, but I just didn't get to it. I have a start on a 3rd one, which I'll talk about that a little bit later. But these are the 2 that I've got finished for now. So this is the first one. I don't remember what the name is to this one, but I really love this. I think it's so cute. Ooh, my lighting is getting a little dark. So I did look this one up because I had this one written down. This is XG Design Little Bunny. I really like this fabric. I don't know if you can really tell in the video or like on camera, but it has a little bit of kind of that orangey red tint to the fabric, so it matches really well with the floss. I don't remember what color I use. Let me see. Let's see if I have it written down in here. Oh, I used Classic Colorworks Chili Pepper for the red. I thought that was a really good color for that. And then, so I finished this. This is the back of it. This is just some fabric that I don't even remember where I got it from. And then I made like a little thing to hang off here. So I used some red piping, or not piping. It's like a velvet, I don't know what it's called. But this here, so I sewed this on, and I got it from Hobby Lobby, and I actually heard about this from Nell on Little Yellow House Crafts. She had mentioned it in one of her videos, and I went to my Hobby Lobby and they had them on clearance, so I grabbed whatever they had left of it. And I thought that it went really well with these pillows. So then I made like a little, I don't know if you would call this like a little key fob thing or something, but I did a covered button with the tomato. So I used the tomato from the pattern. Oh, y'all, don't look at my nails. And yeah, so I did that for both of these. So this one is the one that is just the alphabet. Finished the same way, all the same fabric. The back fabric is a like plaid on the back versus this one is just stripes. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get a few more of those done next year, but we will see. And I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. If some of this stuff looks a little crazy, it traveled probably about 21 hours in a box. So I've noticed that when I pulled some of my cross stitching out of the 2 boxes that I had it in, things have fallen off, things are looking a little like they need a little bit of help. So please excuse if they look a little crazy. This is another Stitching with the Housewives. I can't remember what this pattern is called as well. I probably have this written down in here. Strawberry Picking. That's what this is called. So I finished it in this little tobacco basket thing from Hobby Lobby. And I actually did 2 layers of fabric. I don't know if you can really see it in there. Both are the Stitching with the Housewives fabric. The yellow is the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids, and the red is Chelsea's Checks. And then I just did a little burlap bow up here with a strawberry button. Didn't change any of the colors for that. Used all the same stuff. So the next one that I have is, let me see if I can get this to stay the way it's supposed to be. I think this is actually just called Be My Honey. This is, let me see, this is by Heart and Hand. That's who the design is by. This is the stitching. I changed a lot of the colors on this. This is one that I actually have written down. So I used the Gentle Art Rose Garden, Classic Colorworks Sassy Brass, Weeks Dye Works Hibiscus, and Whitewash, Cocoa, Curry, Onyx, and then Steamed Broccoli from Classic Colorworks. And I put it on this little stand. I think I got this idea from Christy at Java Girl Stitches. I got this at Hobby Lobby, this little thing. And I put a little bow and a little bead button up there. And the fabric that's behind it, I had gotten this in a fat quarter bundle from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So that is that one. Okay, so the rest of these are, I think, a little bit more recent. I've started a lot more things than I've finished, so I should have brought these patterns over here. I did not think to bring these. I believe this is another Heart and Hand. This is one of the newer ones, I think. So I put this on a little tiny cutting board that I know that I got from TJ Maxx, and it came from in a 4-pack. And I guess the next one I'm going to show, so there were 2 this size, and then there were 2 this size. And I put it on here. The orange fabric that I used for the background fabric, that came in a fat quarter bundle from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I used a little bit of ribbon and then a little pumpkin that I think it came in a pack at Hobby Lobby. These don't really stick that well, even with hot glue. Like, they fall off with the hot glue. They're kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, so there's that one. I'm pretty sure I changed colors on this because I didn't have everything. But I don't remember what colors that I used for this. I kind of just started things, and like I said, I didn't write anything down, so certain things that have been finished, I have no idea what I used, so I do apologize for not having that information. But that is that one. This is Trick or Treat. So this came in the 13 Spooky Smalls book from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I definitely changed all of the colors on this. Again, I don't know what I used, although I may still have this one kitted up because I haven't finished them all. So let me see. If I have this in here. I think I kind of mixed these together. So I had purchased the Heart and Hand Halloween Town and that other one, the last one that I showed. So I've kind of got these in the same bag, and I think I just mixed all the colors. So I would use the same thing. So I want to say, okay, I must have used the color Onyx by Weeks Dye Works for the black. I don't even see a yellow in here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a yellow. I don't know. I'm sorry. And then the orange looks like Marmalade. That's the new Classic Colorworks orange that came out. And then Snowball for the white. I use Snowball a lot by Classic Colorworks for white because it's a nice bright white, and I just really like it. So this is the fabric that I use. This is an XG Design fabric. I'll be honest, I don't know what the name is. These all, when you order straight from her, she has these little tags that come on these. I don't know if it's old linen, because I have two fabrics in here, so there's no telling if that's the right one. Although I think this is probably it. Because this is 28 counts Weigart Cashel linen. I think that is the color though, is the old linen. It's a really nice dark fabric. I think this looks really good for the designs in that booklet. So this is the book here, if you haven't seen it. I was really excited about this when it came out. I'm typically a PDF person. I'll wait for things to come out on PDF before I buy a paper pattern if I know that it's going to come out on PDF. But they had mentioned that they would not be releasing that in PDF, so I went ahead and got that in the booklet that they sell for that. So that's a long-winded way to say this is the finish for that piece. I do apologize. Again, I just went a little crazy and did not stay organized in the process when I was stitching over time. Same pumpkin up at the top, like from Hobby Lobby, and then this is some ribbon from Hobby Lobby in the actual ribbon section. I'm pretty sure they sell it all year round. And then the fabric in the background, this is Teresa Kogut fabric that came in the bundle that she did for the Halloween. I think I showed it in my last video. But I thought this went really well with this. So, and it's again, it's on the little cutting board from TJ Maxx. And I also did this one. This is another Heart and Hand. I know that for sure. Again, don't know the fabric. I don't know what I used for the colors. I did pull a lot of my own colors for this just because I don't have all of the colors that it called for. So basically, I did this in an ornament, but I don't have anything to hang it on. So I don't know why I did that. But maybe one day I'll have a cross-stitch tree. We'll see. I cut out my own circles for this and then glued them together so there's a front and a back. The back, this is another fabric that came in Primrose Cottage Stitches fat quarter bundle that they put together. And then I did some, was this twine? Like the little brown and then ribbon here, and then I put a bow on top. So, and then the little pumpkin button. I don't remember. I think this pumpkin button came from Joann Fabrics. So that's that one. Okay. I guess while I'm showing Halloween, I'll show this last one. This is, oh man, I don't remember what the name of this is. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Emily came up with this one, or she designed this, excuse me. Love this pattern. So this is my finish for this. I'll try to remember to put all the names of the patterns for the finishes in the description box below the video after I get done recording this. So I do apologize for not having my stuff together for this video, but this is the finish that I have for this. I think I tried to use the called for colors for this. Sorry, y'all see me peeking. I can't see. And then the fabrics on this. So these are fabrics that I got off of Etsy. There's a shop that sells these particular ones, and I went back and reordered them. If I can find it, I'll list it below. The fabric, don't know what the fabric is that I used, but I do know that it is XG Design. And then I just did some stuff up here. I'm pretty sure these came from Joann Fabrics during Halloween. Or no, these might have actually come from Michael's. Or it might be a mixture of the two. I don't know. And then ribbon with a bow and a pumpkin button up at the top. And then this piece that I put it on, I got this from Hobby Lobby. I think this is like a, y'all tell me, is this a serving tray or something? I don't know. It's got two handles on the side. I don't even have the sticker on it for some reason. I usually keep that stuff on here so I can know what it is, or if anybody's interested in finding it, then I could at least give you the product number. But I do know that I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it was recent. It was within the last 6 months. So I just don't know. I don't know what happened, guys. I lost my mind in the last 6 months. I didn't keep up with anything. Okay, well, I'll move on to the next one. I shared this one on Instagram probably a couple weeks ago. I don't remember. This is Christmas Alphabet. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I love this design. So I put this, and I think I finished something else on this. I put this on a cutting board that came from TJ Maxx. I had bought 2 of these, and I thought that this would just fit really well. And then this fabric that's behind here, it actually came in a like a little bundle at Hobby Lobby, where they keep like the little tied up bundles for fat quarters in the fabric section. I probably got it like 3 years ago though. They may still have it because they tend to have things several years in a row. And then the picks up here, I'm pretty sure I got these from Joann Fabrics. And then the little snowman at the top, I got him from Hobby Lobby. So the fabric again, it is an XG Design fabric. I don't know if y'all could tell. She is my favorite hand dyer for fabrics. I buy a lot of fabrics from her. I haven't been able to buy anything anytime recent because of everything going on, but I do absolutely love her fabrics. They're beautiful, really good quality, and I just love the colors. But this is more of a wider fabric, and then I did change all of the colors on this piece. So I will say, luckily I think I have the colors that I use for this, because I've been working on the Religious Trio, And I just decided just to use the exact same colors. So for the dark green, that is the letters, so it has pretty good variegation on that. I use Spinach from Classic Colorworks. The lighter green is 4-leaf clover by Classic Colorworks. The red, I used Red Rocks by Weeks Dye Works, and then Snowball for the white. Now this being on white fabric, it's a little harder to see, but I think in person you can see it pretty good. So that is that one. Oh, let me put these back in here. So I'll talk about these a little bit later. I probably should have tried to do this a little earlier because every time I hold something up to the camera it gets kind of dark, so one second. I gotta reach across this table I got over here. Alright, so this is a pillow I finished. This is by Brenda Gervais, the design, and this is the monthly series that she's got. Let's see. Okay, this is the December wordplay. I couldn't remember what it was called. I changed a lot of the colors just because I didn't have everything. But I did use some of the called colors for this. And I stitched this on 28 count mushroom Lugana. So, and then for the back fabric, I did the, I think this is Lori Holt fabric. It's just got the little cross stitches on the back. This is a red one that kind of matched a little bit with the reds up front. So I actually messed up pretty bad on this because so I don't cut the back, you know, and stuff it. I always sew around and then I leave a space and then I stitch it together at the bottom. And I don't do a very good job of it anyway, just because I'm not very good at sewing in general. But you can kind of see it at the bottom. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this video. So I had cut too close to the seam, and I think that it did start to rip it apart. It started to rip the linen right out, and I was like, oh no. So I didn't stuff it too tight. And so it's kind of loose. It doesn't look very good, but I try to be careful with it because I'm afraid that if I mess with it too much, then it's gonna come apart, and there's not gonna be any way I can fix it because it's just, there's not enough left of the like what's around the stitching piece of it for me to do anything else with it. So that is that one. This is another Brenda Gervais. So this one is from the Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee book. I don't know if you've seen this. Love, love, love these. I had hoped to get to more of these during my time stitching this, but I did get to this one. And his bow on his little bat thing is looking a little special, but I did the Ghosts and Goblins one. This is another XG Design fabric. I don't remember what the color is. I might have it in here somewhere. This might be Marbled Mocha. That might be what this is, but I can't say for sure. I used as many of the called for colors as I could. I'm pretty sure the lettering I used the called for. I did use Snowball for the Ghost, and then I think I had to change the green just because I didn't have whatever the green one was, but I think that is Avocado by Classic Colorworks. Really love this. I don't like the way that I finished it just because of the corners. So again, I don't know anything about sewing, and I really wish that I could make better pillows. I really need to do my research and figure out the best way to make pillows and to stuff the corners and make the corners look nice. So in my attempt in trying to make the corners look nice, I think I made them look a little crazy, but I used, this is another from Primrose Cottage Stitches, one of the fat quarter bundles. So I don't know what the name of this fabric is, but I got a fat quarter of that, so I used that for the back. And yeah. All right, so I got 3 more, and all 3 of these kind of go together. This is another Brenda Gervais. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull the booklet out. So this is with eye needle and with eye needle and thread. The pattern book is called the Snowball, and I did all 3 that are on that front of the booklet here. So there's a couple more. This is on the back. I would have tried to stitch these, but I didn't think I would get them done in time, so maybe I'll do those next year. And I put these in my little bowl thing that I got from TJ Maxx a while ago. And this is those in the bowl. The first one, this is Winter Wonderland. I really like the way these turned out particularly, so I did change. This one's recent enough I can remember some of the colors. The tealy greenish blue color is Lettuce Leaf by Classic Colorworks. I used 32 count beige gray Lugana by XG Design. The white is Snowball. I cannot remember the 2 greens for the trees that I used, which is going to be a problem because I still plan to stitch the other ones, but yeah. So there is that one. And what I did is I did 2 different kinds of rickracks. I did a white one, and then you can't really see it because it's kind of folded forward. But there is a light tealy blue rickrack kind of in front of the white one. So what I did is I sewed those together first, and then I sewed the rickrack to the stitching side, and then I put the back on. And then I used another one of the fabrics from one of the fat quarter bundles from Primrose Cottage Stitches for the back of this. I thought this matched really well. Love that. And then this is the little snowman on the sled one. He is super cute. And then I did the Lori Holt fabric in the back. If anybody knows any good tips of how not to have your pillows do this. Did I stuff it too tight or something? I don't know. Probably. Because I stuffed these a little bit more than I think I normally do. And then this is the Let It Snow. And I used that same fabric as the first one. So that is all of my finishes. Oops, I dropped that. I have a lot of whips. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, I kind of went a little crazy over the last 6 months. I just started whatever, whenever I wanted to, and I didn't even care. Because traditionally I like to stitch one thing at a time, or maybe a couple of things, and not get too overwhelmed with it. But it was, I don't know, something took over me, and I just wanted to start all the things. So I'll go through some of these whips. I don't know that I'll get through all of these. We will be here all day. But I guess I will start with this one. So this is my Brenda Gervais bag. And basically what this is this is a whole bunch of Brenda Gervais patterns. And these are all the ones that have like the booklets for the like the pillow finishes, and then there's a couple that are just like this. So I have the Keeper of the Pens book, I have Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, Snowball, which is what I just showed, and then Jelly Bean Jubilee. So I haven't done any out of this book yet. Hopefully this next year I'll be able to do that. And then I have Oh Lucky Day and Love Notes. And basically in here I just have, this is a project bag from Pam's Needle and Thread. I absolutely love her project bags. I'll link her Etsy shop down below. I've just got a whole bunch of fabrics in here, things that I thought might look good with some of the designs, and then ones for things that I've already started stitching. So like Keeper of the Pens, I started, this is how much I got on that one. Again, this is XG Design Little Bunny. And then I just have all the other fabrics. So this is the beige gray. I'm pretty sure this is Brown Paper by XG Design. This is the Marbled Mocha, I believe. And then I also have, so I think I was trying to decide between this and this. So I have this hanging out in here. This is a color called, this is a 28 count cashel linen called Brown Sand, and it's actually gray. Excuse me. And has like very little brown modeling in it. And then I just have some vintage country mocha in here. So I don't really have any big starts in this. It's really just the Keeper of the Pens one that I had started a while ago, and then I got distracted by who knows what. And then I've got all the flosses down in there, if you can see it. There's no telling what's what, but I'll figure it out when I get there. That's how I feel about it at this point. So yeah, that is the first one. Alright, and then the next one. So I started this one a little bit more recent. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Silent Night. I've been wanting to start this for a long time. I just had never gotten around to it. So this is what it looks like. This is the pattern here. And then, okay, so I have the fabric for this. This is a fabric that I got from Barefoot Needle Art when I was still in South Carolina. So this is 28 count linen, and the color is Bonnie Blue, and the dyer is Flower Thread. This is really pretty. Excuse me. The linen is really loose on this one, so my needle falls out a lot, but this is the start that I have on it. And I'm trying to use as many of the called for colors as I can, I think, but I ended up switching out quite a few things. So let me see. I've got the Gentle Art Chives for one of the greens, or I think there is only one green. Yeah. And then I've got the Gentle Art Wood Trail for the one of the browns, because there's two different browns, and then Weeks Dye Works Cocoa. White Lightning by Weeks Dye Works. And that's the color for the church. I really like that. I think the variegation in that is really good. And then I've got Classic Colorworks Snowball for just whatever the plain white is in this. So that is that one. You probably can't see. I think the color of the fabric is showing up a little bit lighter than it actually is, just because of the sunlight behind me. It's kind of shining through the fabric. But this one's a little darker. It is a bluish color, but it's not a super light blue. Alright. And then I had shown this one a little bit earlier, but this has got the Primrose Cottage stitches, the 13 Spooky Smalls, and I showed the fabric that I used for that, so I won't re-show that. But I also in this bag have Heart and Hand Halloween Tiny Town. I was really excited about this when it came out. It's super cute. I have a couple of the other Tiny Town patterns. I haven't started any of them though. And I actually have to go back and fix this because I thought that I had the right orange for the house that I started and it's the wrong one. And I don't like how light it is compared to what the original color is. So either I will figure out a color to swap it out with that I already have, or I might just go ahead and order what it calls for. But this is my start on that. I don't know what color this fabric is. I do know that it is an XG Design fabric though. So that is that one. So I went on a serious hunt for some Lizzie Kate patterns a few months ago. And I just want to say thank you so much to the person that sent me the pattern that I was looking for. I was really looking for a place to buy it. Somebody told me that 123 Stitch actually, they restocked those patterns. So I was unaware that, I knew that Lizzie Kate, I think she's not designing anymore. So I didn't think that I would be able to get it anywhere else. But when I was looking for it, I had posted it on Instagram. She was so kind, she sent it to me. So I do have the start for the one that she sent me. Thank you so much for sending me that. But this is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. This is my start for this, so I've got the top done. I think I made a couple of mistakes up here. I don't really remember exactly what it was. But something was off. I do remember that. And I've just got to do the fill-in for the little treat bag down here. So I did the very first piece to it. And I'm trying to do the border as I go. That way it's not just all at the last minute. I hate doing borders, the last piece being the border. If I do the border, I like to do it first. And I know that's kind of not good practice, I guess. I've heard anyway, but I like to do borders first if I do a border all at once. I don't like to do it last. So I am not using all of the called for. I think I swapped out a ton of colors. So if you are interested in knowing what colors that I've used, reach out to me and I will give you a list of the colors that I have here. But these are all of my colors for this. I just pulled a bunch of overdyes and did the best I could with trying to match it to the picture, really. Because I wanted to use some different colors for sure, but keep it kind of close. And the fabric is 28 count. Oh my goodness, this is it is by Fabrics by Stephanie. She has really beautiful fabrics. And I think this is called Storm or something. I guess I could show you the long piece. Love this fabric. So I saw this on 911 Stitchers Flosstube one time and fell in love. So I, after that video, ordered some of that. So that's what I'm using for that. Alright, and I've got some things kitted up. I won't go through my kitted up ones, but I'll go ahead and talk about the ones that I at least have some starts with. I'm trying to see if I have the, okay, I have the name of this fabric too. I'm getting so excited when I have the papers in here with the names on them. So this next one is the Witch's Brew. This is by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. Love this. I got quite a bit to go, but I've got a good bit of this done. And this is what I've got so far. I love this purple fabric. I wish that my lighting wasn't so dark. But the fabric is 28 count Lugana called Frick Park. And it is by the designer Steel City. So again, if you're interested in the colors that I use, just reach out to me. I'll put my email down below. It's just kthreadsandstitches@yahoo.com. If you want to know fabrics, and I have that information, or floss colors or anything like that. I usually put those at the bottom of the video, but I don't think I'm going to have enough space to put all of the correlating details for everything in this video. It only gives you so much space to put information in the description box. Alright, so the next one I got, this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Okay. The fabric that this is on, this is 32 count Lugana by XG Design, and the color is Clouds and Shadow. I'm almost done with this. It was a little crazy of me not to finish this, but this is Hive Rules. I love this. So I don't remember if I started this as of my last video. I'm trying to hope that the light will show. So I'm on the very last one down at the bottom, and then I'll be able to fully finish this. Love, love, love this. And once I finish this, I would love to do the ABCs, like the B alphabet that they released with this last year. So that is kind of my plan after that. But these are all the colors. All DMC. I love the colors on these. So I did earlier this year, I think I did a couple of their B patterns, and I changed out all the colors. For this one particularly, I kept all the colors exactly as they had them. So, and that was kind of the plan, for me to use my own colors for the first one, and then change up the fabric and use the called for colors for these new ones. Alright, so this next one, this is Hands-On Design. This is A Year of Celebrations Continues, so season 2. I had started the month of June. I love these. These are so cute. I wish I had more time in the day to stitch everything, but I have not been able to get to anything else. So I've already pre-cut all of my fabrics for this. So I ordered a color called Desert Sand. This is definitely a 28 count linen by XG Design. This is what I felt would be kind of the closest thing to the called for fabric that she uses for this. But this is my start on June, and I'm using all of the called for colors for this other than the white again. So the white is Snowball by Classic Colorworks. These are fun to work on. They're really cute. I can't wait to... I really wanted to do December because I love the houses and all the colors in the December one, but I didn't get to that this year. So I've got the word plays here. This is the pillow finish that I did, the December word play. But I had actually, before that one, and for some reason I don't have the pattern in here. I don't know why I took that out. So I had started what is this, June? This is either June or July. One of the word plays. Again, 28 count Lugana mushroom. The color is mushroom. Not using all of the called for colors. I switched out what I could because I didn't have all of the called for colors. There are so many colors in these word plays that it is really expensive to buy all of the colors, so I've tried to substitute when and where I can. Which really you could probably substitute just about anything if you have enough colors, or even with DMC or whatever, you could really substitute just about anything. Can you tell I went a little crazy? I'm not even halfway through the amount of whips that I had started. Some of these I don't have like big huge starts, but I really wanted to just start them because I was excited. This is Little House Needleworks. This is called Brave Hearts. So I bought all of the called for Belsois silk floss that this calls for. And I'm glad I did, because I love stitching with it. It is a dream to stitch with Belsois. So for the fabric that I stitched this on, this is Witchelt in the color Water Lily. I used a 28 count Lugana, or 28 count Jubilee. I don't know what the difference is. It's definitely an even weave. But this is my start on this. Like I said, all the called for colors for this. So. Oops, excuse me. Alright. And then I had gotten the Prairie Schooler, the little mini Santa pattern. This is, oh. I've got the pattern folded the other way. I'm not going to pull this out because it's got the cheap plastic and it's going to be a pain. I think it's called a mini surprise or a mini Mary surprise or something, all the little mini Santas. I don't have the fabric color in here again. This is one of them. I don't know which one it is, but this is the little start that I have for this Santa here. Don't know what the color of the fabric is. It is an XG Design 28 count linen. I do know that. I buy 28 count in just about everything. 28 count is my favorite, so usually I don't have to guess at that part of the fabric. I do buy some 32 counts, but not often. Alright, so this next one is Plum Street Samplers. This is Harvest Keeper. Super cute. I've been wanting to start this for a while. So I've got the border done on this, and I started on the tree. And I think my border was off. I wasn't going to go back and fix it. That was for sure. Because it wasn't off enough to where you could really tell. I don't remember where it was, but it was off somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know. Don't remember again the fabric that I used for this, but this is XG Design, 28 count linen, and I believe I used all of the called for colors on this. Yeah, I did. I kept with all of the called for colors. I really love this. I love the border. All of the colors in the border. And I can't wait to get to the beehives, because the beehives have a lot of colors in them that just are just really pretty. So maybe I'll be able to finish that one next year. This is Stitching with the Housewives. I don't even remember what the name of this is. Let me see if I can find it. all my PDF patterns, I keep them on my iPad. So I have everything broken down by folders with the names of the designers. And in the names, some designers, if I have a bunch of patterns by them, I will break it down by season or series or whatever. This one in particular, I think is fall. Ah, that's it. This one is called Welcome Pumpkin. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Actually, I can't do that. It shows the thing on the side. Never mind. I have a very, very small start on this. Called for fabric. Sorry, the lighting is terrible. But I got the W in. That was it. I'll use all the called for colors on that too. Not gonna show that. So I had purchased a cross stitch pattern software or something, and I designed something and I need to go in and tweak it, so I may or may not try to make some of my own patterns, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Alright, so this next thing I got here, this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm trying to see if I have the fabric name here, and I don't have it. It's that same white one from Christmas Alphabet. So this is Peace on Earth. This is from the Religious Trio that they came out with. It has 3 pillows, super cute. I haven't started the other 2 just yet, but I do plan to. This stitched up so fast. Really, really fast. I'm talking, I probably could have had that done maybe in, I feel like I'm a little bit of a slower stitcher. So I think I could have had that done in probably 3 or 4 hours. Alright, this one I'm really excited about. So I bought recently, this is called Santa Shops Here. This is by Brenda Gervais. I feel like this has been circling around a lot lately. I bought that one, and then I also got, I think this is new. This is called Rudolph and Friends by Brenda Gervais. I think this is super cute. Have not started that one, but I did start this one here. And I've got the entire border done because I started with the border, and that one lined up. Can you believe it? It really did. Using, oh yeah, so I got a kit off of the Kitten Stitcher, I think is the shop that I bought it from. It's like an actual website. I'll link it down below if I can. I do not know if she still has any of these kits left. But she had kits that came with fabric and all of the called for flosses. And this is what I got so far. So I started the roof on the house. I've got the smoke going. You probably can't see it because there's too much light coming in from the back. I can't even remember the count of the fabric. I think there were 2 different counts. I do know that. And I got the lesser one, whichever one was, the number was smaller, but it's bigger for the holes in the fabric. I think it is 36 count because this calls for a 36 count. And I never stitch on 36 count, but I did want to go ahead and get the kit, and the kit was great. So it came with all the called for flosses. I was able to start it immediately. I did start it, did the border, and I cannot wait to get through that. So, all right. I think I'm getting close to the end here. for my whips. I'm gonna talk a little bit about quilting a little bit later. Can you believe it? All right, so this is on 28 count Lugana. This is mushroom, the color mushroom. This is Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate. I just started this the other day. So I have this here. This is the start that I have. Not a whole lot. I changed all of the colors. And I'm using overdyes instead of DMC. There is one color that I have for DMC, and that is the light blue that's in this. But I was thinking about taking the pink out. I don't really care for the pink in this, but we'll see. I did leave the pink just in case. I pulled aside some pink colors just in case. This next one, this is Jingle Bell Cafe by Stitching with the Housewives. I do have a paper pattern for this. I think this came out earlier this year and I was so excited about it, I had to have it. And that's funny because I haven't even gotten very far on it. So I had started this a while ago, called for colors, called for fabric, and I put the red in recently for the letters here, and then I also, because I had part of Jingle Bell stitched, and what happened was I was off by like a stitch way back here, and I had to unpick all of this. I didn't have the top pieces of the L's on, but I had to unstitch all of this, the B, the E, and then the bottom of the L's, and then go back to this, unstitch this, and then unstitch the L. So that is why it stayed in the bag in timeout for a long time until I got it. I felt like one day just unpicking it and fixing it, and I finally did, and I'm glad I did. I just had to wait till I was ready for that. Alright, so this is another Stitching with the Housewives. Fabric is 28 count Lugana by Fabrics by Stephanie in that color Storm. This is the one with the, it's got like the mixing bowls on the cake stand. I cannot remember what this is called. This is the Halloween one. But it was on a green fabric, the model that they stitched. And I'm using all the called for colors, I believe. Maybe, I think the yellow is different just because I didn't have any of the yellow. Yeah, I used Lemon Cake by Victoria Motto for the yellow, and like I said, I think I just didn't have the one that they call for on this. So that is my start on that. Alright, let's see. Alright, this is the last one, I promise. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, and the pattern is called Sunflowers in Summer. I love this. Love the green on the house. I love the design. It is so cute. I use 28 count, it is Lugana. 28 count Lugana. This is by XU Design. This is in the color brown paper. I have a very good start on this. I started this a while ago. I had hoped to already have it finished, but again, I lost my mind and just stitched all the things. So this is the start that I have so far. I'm sorry the lighting's not showing it up very good. I love the greenhouse. It is so pretty. That variegation in the greenhouse is so good. I'm hoping to finish that one next year. I already have the piece that I want to finish it on. I don't know if I showed it in any of my last videos. This, it's got like a dark green around like the frame piece, and then it's got like a herringbone almost, I think, in the back with like dark brown wood color. So I already know what I'm gonna put that on. So that is all of my whips. That was a big change from how it's normally been. But last things, I don't know what I bought over the last 6 months. I really haven't bought that much just because of everything going on. But I do have a couple of quilting things to show. I'm not a sewer. I don't know anything about quilting. Thank goodness for Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop and her videos, because if she didn't have step-by-step videos, I would have never tried quilting in the first place. Let me grab this off the floor. Okay, I'm getting old. Let me move these really quick. So I bought a quilt kit recently, and then I bought a quilt pattern from Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I went on a manhunt for the fabrics. I don't know anything about sewing again, so it took me a while to find them all. And then earlier this year, I really wanted to have this done for Halloween, but I didn't get to it, but I got a lot of it done. So Bats and Booze, not this year, but I think last year, Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly has step-by-step videos where she shows everything. From the cutting to, excuse me, from the cutting to the piecing, sewing, all of it. And I used her method for starching, which is probably what I'll do going forward for starching anything, instead of washing first and then I'll put them together and then wash after. But these are my bat blocks. I've got all 4 of them done. I have to redo one, you know, because I'm a rookie quilter, and I cut one too small because I was cutting around the sides and I was like, oh, it doesn't look even, so I kept cutting. And wouldn't you know it, I cut too much off, and I should have just left it alone. I should have just cut the scraps off and left it at that, but I did not do that. I don't know if you can tell, it's this top one here, if you can tell how much it's missing. But yeah. So I got all 4 of those done. Have to redo one. And I got all 4 of the pumpkin quilt blocks done. These took forever. The bat ones weren't really bad. As far as time is concerned, these just took a really long time for me to do. And I think it's just, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just don't know anything about sewing and quilting, and I have to pause the videos and rewind and go back, and that's the best part about those videos. I can watch it 100 times just to be able to make sure I'm doing things right. This is all of my fabrics in this. So I have a what's called a dream box, I guess, and I keep this project in one of the bins in that dream box. So all I have left for this quilt, at least the top piece, is the center block. I need to do the center block, and I think I need to starch 1 or 2 more of the fabrics, and then I'll be done. And then I can put it together and everything. So from Simple Stitches Fabric Shop, Hands On Design did a collaboration with them for, what is this, fall? And I've just kept it in the box because I'm not ready to do this yet. And I'm a little scared to do these because it doesn't have the video instructions. Or if it does and you know that it has video instructions, please let me know. But this is a quilt kit. And the pattern is Autumn in the Patch. I don't think they have any of these left. I do not know if they are selling these independently. But this is the quilt pattern. And then it, of course, it came with all of the fabrics. So I'm not going to take this out of this just because I want everything to stay in one piece. But I'll try to show you what the fabrics are. So that is one. And I think these are really pretty. Maybe I should do it from this side. Here's another one. Lots of oranges, some greens, some grays. I don't know if y'all can see these very well. And you might know better than I do about fabrics and stuff because I don't know anything. And I think this is the background fabric. This is super cute. It's got little acorns and then just the solid. And then these are the grays. Whoop. I lost my box. The grays and the blacks here. So one day when I become brave, I will try this. But that day is not today. But I do want to do it eventually. And I also got the hands-on design, Pick Your Pumpkin patchwork. This is the cross stitch pattern that came with this. Super cute. So I keep the cross stitch pattern in here with it, just, you know, maybe one day when I do the quilt, I'll do the cross stitch pattern at the same time. Also from Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. They have posted this quilt. I do not have a picture of it. And I think it's called, what's that called? Letter for Santa. That's what it's called. Sorry, I have a piece of paper sitting on my couch. Letter for Santa, that is what it's called. And this is the fabric that it came with. So I ordered one of the quilt kits for this. Again, I'm terrified because I've never quilted using a paper pattern. So I don't know all the lingo and the verbiage of quilting, but I will one day be brave enough to figure it out. I think my biggest fear is messing up the fabric to the point to where either I'll have to buy more, or for some of these, like, I can't find the fabric anywhere. So yeah, but I do love that fabric. I think the quilt is super cute. And maybe one day I'll do it one day. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it when I'm brave. And then I got a quilt pattern. Let me see if I can find this on here. By Primrose Cottage Stitches. It is a table runner. I would personally like to try to make this into a very small throw blanket, or even, I think it's like a wall panel or something. Quilting. This is called Farmhouse Treats. When I tell you I went on a severe manhunt for the fabric in this photo, I went on a manhunt, and the only fabric that gave me a really hard time to find, I mean, it was difficult for me to find all of them because I don't know fabrics. It was this green one. And I was only able to find a half yard, so I don't know if I'll have enough of this to do what I want to do with it, but I'll do the best I can. And for all the quilts, the quilt kits that I have, I'm not buying anything else because I have, what is that, 3 here, and I got another one that I started that I need to finish. I think this is a good starting point. And I cannot afford more hobbies. But this fabric here just gave me a hard time. It's super pretty. I like it. I like the way that these fabrics that they had in the photo, how they all kind of mesh together with the colors. So I wanted to stick with what they created this with. Days. I looked for days for this fabric. And I think that these are all, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, but I think these are all older lines of fabric, maybe by a couple years or something. So I just couldn't find it. I don't know if I don't even know if they're still making them, or if they, I mean, did they keep making quilt lines for a long time? I don't know. I have no idea. I got a white fabric, so they have a different white fabric in the background for the photo. I ordered the exact same white fabric that is used in the Bats and Boos, so I just went to that pattern and looked up whatever the color was for the white on that, and I ordered that from Fat Quarter Shop. That is the only one that is different, I think. I did the best I could to match these up just by looking at them. I think that's the only one that's different. And then I got this one. I'm pretty sure this is what's used for the tree stumps. This is the one. This one is the same as that last one, just a different color for the trees. So I ordered either a yard or 2 yards of these, because like I said, I wanted to make it into a larger blanket, which was unfortunate that I could only find a half yard of this. But the trees used for this is much smaller, so maybe I'll have enough of this to be able to do what I want anyway. And I wanted to buy extra, you know, just in case I mess it up. And then I got, I think, I could have totally messed this up, but I think this is the same plaid fabric that was in the picture. Oh, it has the thing on the bottom. It says Riley Blake Designs, My Heritage by My Mind's Eye, 2020. Yeah, so it is a couple years ago. And I think these other ones, yeah, so these two here are the same line. This one's different though, I think. Oh yeah, this one's from 2019. I didn't know these had the year on them. Oh, I lost the... It just says by Simple Simon and Company, Riley Blake Designs. I think that it says something farmhouse, but it cut it off on the end there, so I don't know. Anyway. Give me some courage, because I'm scared of quilting. But I really want to do it because I see all the beautiful quilts that other people are making, and I'm just in awe of how beautiful they are, and I would really like to dive into that just a little bit because like I said, I cannot afford more hobbies. When I moved, I got rid of a ton of craft stuff. I did a lot of knitting and crocheting before I dove back into cross stitch. My mom taught me how to cross stitch when I was young, and I didn't really get super into it when I was a kid. I kind of did one or two things, started, and I never finished them, and that was really it. I didn't get too deep into it, but my mom was super crafty growing up. At least I feel like she was. She might say differently, but I feel like she was super crafty, and my mom is self-taught in everything she does. I'm taught by her. So typically if she likes something, I tend to like the same things. And she knits a little bit. She hasn't knitted a whole lot in the last year or so, but she's the one who taught me how to knit. So I was crocheting and knitting, and you probably saw it in my last video. I had a ton of yarn. Got rid of probably a good 65, 70% of the yarn that I had. And I had knitted a whole bunch of beanies that I had on an Etsy shop, and I couldn't get rid of them fast enough. So my mom actually just gave those away to a cancer center because there's just no way that I could sell them all. And I think it's great that she gave them to the place that she gave them to. There's other people that would be able to really use those. That was her idea, and I think it was super great. And then I had like faux fur fabric. I had, who knows what. I had a ton of stuff. I had like huge contractor trash bags full of craft stuff that I left with my mom because she was going to help me get rid of some things, and I downsized a lot. So things, I mean, this is stuff that I really wasn't using a whole lot, and just goes back to my point to say, I can't start a whole lot more crafting. So anyway, thank you for coming back. and watching. If you made it this far, thanks for watching all the way through. I've had to restart this video like 3 times because my camera only records for about 30 minutes. So I'll have to piece this video together. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a mess. Like I said, if you have questions, if you want to know what I've used for certain things, or if you think, or if there was something that I mentioned that hopefully I can find the information for you for, please reach out to me. Send me an email on kthreadsandstitches. I can't get my words out, at yahoo.com. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram, kthreadsandstitches. Send me a message on there and I'll reply back to you. Sometimes it might take a couple days, because I don't always see people's messages super fast. But just reach out to me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll definitely do what I can to give you the information that you're looking for. So I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I don't know how often I'll be making these videos, you know, at a new place and learning a new job once again. So it'll probably be a while before I come back. It might be a couple months, but I will definitely be back before too long, and I've gone through all my whips, so I shouldn't have a hour-and-a-half video. I think this is about to be about an hour-and-a-half long, so I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, have a happy new year, and I'll see you next time. Bye.